guess it started that night that I popped into the shop and Nick went off home on his own. Me and my brother live at 175 Wilmot Road. It's an ordinary house in an ordinary street. We live there with our mum and dad. All in all, you could say that we're an ordinary family. You could say that, but you'd be wrong. We were an ordinary family, but now I ain't sure if we're a family at all.
Not so fast, young man.
Hello, Mum.
Where's your brother?
He stopped in the late shop. He'll be here in a minute.
Oh, well, it's you I wanted to talk to anyway.
Look, I know I'm an hour late, Mum, but how was I to know the clocks went back today?
Is that the best you can do? Nick, the clocks went back months ago.
No, you don't get me. When I say the clocks went back, I mean the clocks in the youth club went back. They went back to Mendel's because they were broken. And of course that means that neither me nor Paul knew what the time was.
Oh, of course. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about.
Ah!
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Well, where is it then?
Where's what?
The lino off the bathroom floor, that's what. Your father just spent the last 2 hours in total agony trying to get a splinter like that out of his big toe, all because somebody, Nicholas Page, left us with bare floorboards yet again. Now, this is the third time this month.
Oh, yeah. Ha ha. Very funny. Look, I've still got a splinter stuck in this foot from the last time you half-inched the lino, and now this. No, I don't think it's very funny at all. I've got so much wood in my feet, I'm beginning to feel like I'm wearing clogs.
Hello, love.
Look, I warned you what would happen if you took the lino for break dancing again, didn't I? Hey?
What happened was I lied to me dad. I said I took the lino for breakdancing. Of course, they got Nick off the hook. I mean, breakdancing, I ask you. But then everybody was doing it. See, the thing is, I'd started lying to me parents a lot. Like what I was doing during the day instead of going to school. And why I always came home so late. I didn't like doing it. But every time they asked me where I'd been, I'd have to tell them a load of lies. I mean, if you got a secret, a big secret, you lie to protect it, don't you?
Paul,
What?
that ain't the first time you lied to protect me, is it?
Don't worry about it. Just bring the lino home. You heard what Dad said. He don't care as long as it's back here by tomorrow. And if it ain't, well, we don't get to see Palace give Man City a good thrashing on Saturday.
Yeah. Don't worry. I wouldn't miss this, the last game of the season, for anything. Imagine it. If we win, we're in Division 1. And on my birthday too. Anyway, there's no problem with the lino. It's at Ian's place. I'll pick it up after school tomorrow and sneak it in round the back, like I did last time, so Mum won't notice. I tell you, Paul, if they knew I'd taken it, they'd... It's lucky you were there. Don't know what I'd do without you. You're always saving my neck.
That's what older brothers are for, isn't it? To protect you. Make sure you don't get hurt.
Look, how many more times? I ain't a kid anymore. In 2 days' time I'm going to be 13. What you going to give me for a present? A baby's dummy or something?
No. I'll give you a chance.
A chance?
Yeah, a chance to do something. You won't even have to wait till your birthday either. So I'll give you the chance tonight, after Mum and Dad have gone to bed.
Yeah, but when you said a chance to do something, I didn't think you meant a chance to sniff this. I don't want to be ungrateful or anything, but it ain't much of a present, is it?
Look, what I meant when I said I was going to give you the chance to do something was... Well, what I meant was the chance to stop being a kid. You see, what you got there is a chance to grow up. A chance to be tough. A chance to be hard. A chance to be like me. Look, toy football's okay, but it's kid stuff and it ain't smart.
Well, who cares anyway? Breakdancing's cool.
No, it's not. It's well out. No one does it now except Wallies and kids. Anyway, it was never hard when it was in. What you got there is smart. It's the business. I'm telling you, Nick, there ain't nothing like it. Makes you feel great every time you do it. You sniff it. You feel like you're in heaven or something. That's why all the lads do it. And ain't you always saying you want to be one of the lads?
Well, yeah.
And ain't you always saying you're fed up with being a kid?
Yeah.
Well, now's your chance to prove it.
You sure it ain't dangerous?
We talked about this 10 minutes ago. I mean, look at me. I've been doing it for months and months. I'm alright. And I?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, but nothing. People who tell you it's dangerous are only trying to scare you. You know why they do that, don't you? Because they ain't got the bottle to do it themselves. If they did have the bottle, they'd do it. And they'd know it weren't dangerous. I mean, look at it. It's only lighter fluid. Ain't heroin, is it? You don't inject or anything. Look. Ain't I always looking out for you? And ain't I always sticking up for you? And don't I make sure you're alright and that?
Yeah.
Would you think I'd give you anything that'd hurt you? Or do you?
Alright then. But listen, it'd better be alright. I'm trusting you.
You can't trust your brother, who can you trust? Now you put the nozzle...
Yeah, I know. I've seen you do it before.
Don't forget I've only got one can, so don't do it all, will you? As far as I was concerned, Nick was now my equal. By sniffing, he proved himself to me, just as I had to prove myself to my mates. Yeah, I know it sounds stupid now, but at the time all I cared about was what my so-called mates thought about me. That, and making sure my parents didn't find out.
Yeah, and don't spend it on sweets.
Oh, Mum, in case you haven't bought my present yet.
I know, a pair of Gary Lineker football boots, size 4 with nylon studs. Now go, come on, or you'll miss the bus. And make sure you bring that lino back. Hello. Yes. Are you sure he hasn't been going?
Ain't it enough that I have to pay for the gear again? Nah, I've got to go in and get it and all.
I've told her I've been in there twice for gas already today. Look, they might suss me out.
Yeah, you didn't give me any, did you?
I couldn't find you, could I?
Jesus, Maggot, you must think I'm stupid or something. Come to think of it, I can't be that smart, can I? If I remember ponce like you all day.
You going in or what?
Yeah, all right.
I don't know why you're picking on me. I bought the lino back, didn't I?
How many more times? Don't keep going on about the lino. I've told you I don't care about it. It's over, finished. Now just answer my question. For the third and final time, what was this doing in Paul's bed?
Look, I've already told you. I don't know.
Right. Go to your room. Go on. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to have you stand there and lie to me anymore.
I told you. I'm not lying.
Well, you're certainly not telling me the truth.
Look, I've told you. I haven't taken any of the stuff.
And I've said I believe you. But you've told me nothing about Paul, what he's been doing, where he is. You've told me nothing at all. So go on, upstairs. And as soon as your father gets back, I'll send him up. And you can tell him you don't know nothing.
That's here on BBC One.
The 9 o'clock news from the BBC with Martin Lewis and Debbie Thrower.
Well, I've talked to Nick.
And?
Same as he told you. Nothing. He told me he hadn't been taking the stuff.
Do you believe him?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what he's like. Blimey, he won't even take an aspirin when he's got a...
Oh, thank God.
Right.
Remember, Brian, you promised.
Where the hell have you been? Your mother's been worried sick about you. Right. In there, now.
You're right.
Okay, what's been going on? Have you been taking this stuff?
What's Nick been saying?
He has said nothing. Your mother found this in your room when she was clearing up this morning. Now, have you been taking this stuff?
She shouldn't be nosing around with things that don't concern her, should she?
Don't talk about your mother like that.
And it does concern me if you're taking drugs.
It's not drugs.
So you have been taking it then?
Paul, that is a drug. And a very dangerous one at that.
What do you know about it?
Wait there.
Yeah, and another thing. Why haven't you been going to school?
I have.
Don't lie to me. Look, the school secretary phoned this morning to say you hadn't been in all week. Well? Look, Paul, if there's something bothering you, if you've got a problem, if you're in any sort of trouble, just tell us. Maybe we can help you, eh? Because I will tell you something for nothing. This will not help you at all. This is dangerous.
Give it a rest there, Jesus Christ.
Now, you listen to me, boy, and you listen good. When you came in here tonight after being out doing God knows what, I wanted to give you a bloody good hiding. But I promised your mother I would be patient. I'd listen to what you had to say first. Well, now I'm telling you, I'm losing my rag. So you had better start telling us what the bloody hell is going on.
Right. That bit there. Read it to me. Go on, out loud.
Why? What for?
Read it. Louder.
Well, if you won't read it, I will. What it says is that sniffing gas and other solvents can be lethal. It says you can die from sniffing this stuff. And you know what that means, don't you? You know what death is, don't you?
Well, don't you?
You're just trying to scare me. That's right, you're just trying to scare me.
Oh, don't be stupid, Paul. For God's sake, why would we want to do that?
You don't like it, I'm enjoying myself. You don't like it, I'm having a good time.
Oh, stop it, Paul. Stop it now.
Yeah, I sniff. So what? Everybody sniffs.
Does that include Nick?
No, but everyone else does. We've heard all this before. We ain't scared, see? Because we know it's crap.
Right. You're going to stay here in this house until we get this thing sorted out. You're not going anywhere.
Well, yeah, who's going to stop me?
Now look, just watch your lips, son.
No one's going to stop me. You can't keep me in. I'm going to go out when and where I like. I'm going to sniff when and what I like. You ain't going to stop me. No one is.
We'll see about that.
Brian! Brian! Let him go. Leave him alone. Get upstairs. Go on.
It weren't me, Paul. I didn't tell him anything. Mum found the can.
I know.
Did you...
Don't worry, I didn't tell him nothing about you.
Jeez, Paul. What they gonna do to you then?
Dunno.
They're still gonna let you go to the match tomorrow, ain't they?
I don't know. I don't care. Anyway, can't think of football now. I've got other things on my mind.
Like what?
Like where I'm going to hide this after we've sniffed it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, right. Cheers then. Yeah, bye.
Well, can they help?
I don't know. The bloke I spoke to seemed to think so. I've got to go down there and see him tomorrow morning. He said me and him would have a chat first and then he'd come back and talk to Paul around lunchtime.
Oh, Brian, I am so worried. If anything should happen to Paul,
Hey. Now look, everything is going to be all right. I promise.
So, my mum and dad found out about me sniffing. And you know, deep down I was sort of glad. Yeah, glad that I didn't have to carry on lying to them all the time. I was relieved, but at the same time I was also really worried. See, the thing is, I couldn't believe how upset my parents were. I mean, my mum was so hurt that she couldn't even bear to look at me. I'd never seen her like that before. And it was all my fault. Still not too late, Mum.
Not too late for what?
For me to go to the match. Oh, come on, Nick's gone.
Nick hasn't been taking drugs. Neither has he been staying away from school, and he hasn't been downright rude as you have, so...
It's all right, love. This is Mr. Johnson. If there's kids who've got a solvent problem.
So?
So he's come here to see if he can help you.
I don't need help, because I ain't got a problem, right?
Look, don't start with all that stuff again, right? Because I've just...
That's all right, Mr. Page. Is there somewhere, Paul, I could have a little chat?
Yeah.
Yo, Nick! Hold up, Nick. Where you got the match then? Where's Paul?
He ain't like that.
Oh, that's a shame. I got these for him. You want some?
No, I don't.
What's the matter, you chicken? You are, ain't you? You're a chicken?
I ain't.
Yes, you are. You're a bottle merchant.
No, I ain't.
Not many of you ain't. Look at you. You're a wimp. A snivelling little school kid.
Look, shut up, will ya?
Come on. Chick, 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 chick.
Look, Maggot, I don't care what you say.
Well, it ain't just me. Everybody thinks you're a chicken.
Yeah, everybody.
Oh, yeah, you should hear what they say about you. They call you Yella, custard tart, bottle job. All the lads know you're too scared to sniff.
I sniffed before, right? I ain't scared.
All right, prove it. Come with us to the den, all the others are there.
Come on.
But I'm going to match. It's the last game of the season.
Go after. Fair enough. Go to the den on our own. Just tell the others we saw you and that you were too chicken to do any gear.
Wait.
So, I had to see this counsellor. which I didn't want to do one bit. Well, I thought he was going to give me a lecture or have a go at me for sniffing. But he wasn't like that at all. He was more interested in finding out things than telling me off. He asked me questions that I'd never really thought about before, like how I became involved with sniffing in the first place, and what I thought about it. He wanted to know about me, how I felt about myself and how I got on with others, like me mates and me mum and dad. He asked me questions about why I sniffed, and helped me to see that there were plenty of other things that I could do instead. He showed me that there are all sorts of influences around to persuade me to do things that aren't necessarily good for me. He made me think about how so-called mates can persuade us to do things which deep down we might not want to do. And it was then that I realised that it's very hard to make decisions sometimes, especially when it means sticking up for yourself against the group. What was good about him was that he talked to me rather than at me. He told me things that I didn't know, like that sniffing isn't addictive, and things I did know, like the more you do it, the more it becomes a habit. Yeah, I knew that all right. But one thing I didn't know, and it really shocked me when I found out, was that 2 young people die of solvent abuse every week. My mates didn't tell me about that, did they? Neither did they tell me that a lot more young people have accidents and get injured when they're stoned. The counsellor was telling me about this study that had been done, which had shown that a lot of people had died during their first sniffing session. Most of them were killed by the toxic effects of the chemicals they were sniffing. But a lot of them died of heart failure. Heart failure, I thought. That could have been me. And it ain't just lighter fluid that's dangerous either. He told me that a lot of people, boys and girls, had died from sniffing aerosols, polishes, cleaners, adhesives, typewriter correcting fluids and other products. The counsellor told me a lot more things about sniffing, things that I wish I'd known before, things that I wish I could have told Nick about. A good thing about the counsellor was he helped me realise I didn't have to be afraid of asking for help. He told me I could contact me doctor, social worker or youth worker, or I could have a talk with one of me teachers. He said I could get advice on where to go for help from my local hospital or health education unit. He said the police would also be able to put me in contact with people who would help me, and I didn't have to worry about going to the police because sniffing isn't illegal. He also gave me the phone number of an organisation called Re-Solv, who could also help. He'd spent a lot of time listening to me, which made me feel really important. It was like for the first time I had somebody to talk to, somebody who understood how I felt, somebody who was willing to give me a lot of the help and support I needed to stop sniffing. I thought I'd tell Nick about what happened to me that day, tell him the truth about sniffing, and tell him that sniffing's out from now on. Well, he trusted me, didn't he? So a word or two from me and then he'd stop sniffing. Just a word or two, that's all. After the counsellor left, I had a long talk with my mum and dad. I told them that I'd made up my mind and I was going to try and stop sniffing, and I asked them if they'd help me. I didn't have to ask, really. I mean, they just threw their arms around me and said yes. My mum cried. So did me dad. And to be honest, so did I. Talking up to all of us, it was like we were getting back to being a real family again. Which is why it was so good preparing the stuff for Nick's party. I've got it, Mum, I've got it! 2-0 to Palace, we're up, 2-0.
Right, just in time too. Nick's going to be here any minute. 2-0?
Yeah, I got off the late results programme on the radio. Oh, great, we're going up. Hear that, Dad? We're going up.
So's the price of petrol, so is the mortgage, everything is going up, except my wages.
Come on, Dad. First Division football next season.
Yeah, and First Division admission prices and all.
Well, Nick will be pleased anyway.
Yeah, well, I hope he enjoyed himself. Probably the best present he could have had.
Right, come on. Nick's going to be here any minute. Let's get striking.
Right. What happens if he comes bursting in and all this?
Oh, don't worry. I've put the door on the latch.
Right, there it is. A brand new roller lino. And he can do what he likes with it and all. He can break dance on it or break wind on it. I just do not care. Just so long as he leaves the lino in the bathroom alone. Oh. Do you know, Joyce, I think I've got woodworm in my foot.
Quick, quick, there he is.
Oh. Hey, your hat, your hat.
Now, don't start until you hear me slam the front door, OK?
Right, right, you ready?
What? I didn't hear any slam.
Well, I did. Now, come on, are you ready?
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Now, come on. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nick. Happy birthday to you.
This is my husband, Brian. And that's my eldest son, Paul.
What's the problem?
Well, sir, I've just come from the casualty unit at the General Hospital.
Yeah, and?
And your son, Nicholas, was taken there about an hour ago.
Oh, what happened?
We're not quite sure yet, sir. But an empty butane gas can was found nearby. Did you suspect that he might have been using solvents at all, sir?